Hey guys, hello YouTube land. Today I'm going to be doing my first ever tag video. I am so excited. I got tagged for the first time. Oh my god. And I was tagged by the lovely Lydia Dinga, who is also here on YouTube. And this is going to be my MFE tag. Go ahead and check out hers, as well as Gold Coasted Beauty's video. She's the one who kind of started this whole thing. And yeah, so go check out their tags. I'll probably link it down below so you can go see yourself. But let's get on with this tag. The name of the tag is My Freshie Encounters, My Freshie Encounters, okay? A freshie is usually a person who is of Asian or African origin who comes to live in a Western country, be it in the US, somewhere in Europe, UK, everywhere, basically in the Western whatever. And he brings along, or he or she brings along with them, all of their customs and traditions that might not necessarily fit in well with their new environment, okay? And with that, chaos ensues. I had my first freshie encounter when I was about 15. It feels like it was 3 years ago, so it should be, yeah. Anyway, guys, so I was walking back home from being at the theme park. I had just gone to see a friend of mine. I hadn't seen her in a long time, and I literally, we were in Southend in Adventure Island, and yeah, so I'm walking back home and I only just had one road to walk on, and by the end of the road I turned to the left and I was at my house. I only had one road to walk down on, guys, just one more road, but this guy still decided to invade my space. Anyway, so the freshie, actually there was two, and the guy number one was more freshy than the other. Let's just say that. I don't even know why I'm doing this accent, because they weren't actually Nigerian, they were Zimbabwean, but my Zimbabwean accent is not that good, so I'm just gonna keep on carrying on with this, whatever is going on with my mouth. Okay, so guy number one is the freshest of the two. He's so fresh. Like, do you know those freshies who come out with that American accent when they clearly just came from Africa? You're in England. You're in England.
You're in England.
Why are you speaking an American accent? Why are you doing this to yourself? Anyway, I'm walking down the street. Guy number one comes up to me and he starts to tell me all these things. He starts to say things along the lines of, I know you, I know everything about you. You think I don't know you? I know everything about you. I know your ex, I know where you go to school. But why? Till this day, I still don't know what this guy wanted me to do with that information. I don't know whether I was supposed to clap and say, congratulations, you passed the Ashley assessment test. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that information, guys. But anyway, I just carried on walking down the road. Like about 5 meters away from us is guy number two, and guess what he was doing? He's just walking there trying to look all swagged out. Do you know when guys, you know, when they walk around with that bounce? I really hate that. Now is when I began to realize what was actually happening. I think they had agreed that guy number one, you know, the freshie one with the American accent, I think he was supposed to be playing the wingman role, because all of a sudden he starts to kind of, you know, flaunt guy number two to me. So he's trying to tell me everything about the way he's dressed. I'm literally being legit serious, guys. Guy number one is here with me telling me, oh, like, check out, he's got the latest chinos, he's got the latest shirt and everything, the Vans. And in my head I'm like, but that's basic. That's basic. It's chinos and Vans. It's basic. Who is impressed with that these days? It's just basic. I mean, it looks nice, but it's basic. Anyway, I'm walking now, and now I'm all of a sudden guy number one is kind of backing up a bit, and guy number two is the one who starts to walk on me now, and I'm still not at the end of the road, guys. Still not at the end of the road. I swear this road just felt like it was much longer than before, than usual. It had extended maybe by a mile, because I just was not getting to the end of the road, and I knew that I had to get home. Guy number two starts to talk to me, and I was just thinking right this moment, like, these people will not let me go. He's starting to ask me whether he can walk me home. I don't even know you like that. Like, I don't even know them. But anyway, Guy number 2 asks for my number, and at this moment in time I just felt like this was my cue to find a way to get out of this situation. So I figured, I'm not going to give him my number because I don't want to be stalked. What if I take his number and then the ball is on my court? You know, at this moment, guys, I'm just like, you know, I'm feeling myself because I knew the ball was on my court. I knew, you know, the stars were aligned to how I wanted them to look like, and I was going to control the destiny of this encounter. But no. Yes, I was strict. Guys, bear in mind, I was still young. As I said, I was 15. So the information I'm about to share with you, yes, I had not seen it happen to me before. So I'm holding my phone in my hand, and obviously I offered to take his number instead of him taking mine. What he did was such a sly move. He took my phone off of my hand, he wrote his number down, or typed it, whatever he did. And then he called his number so that my number actually showed up on his screen. But guys, I really thought the ball was still on my court. Anyway, so he had my number now, and I could walk home. I walked home 20 minutes later. 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. Do you know how short of a time 20 minutes is? 20 minutes. He's already calling me. And obviously, you know, that story ended. I just kind of longed it out. Ignored the calls. Blah, blah, blah. That story ended. The second story actually happened. I remember the date properly because this happened on my prom day, guys. To prom day, the day that every teenage girl plans out to be perfect, actually started out quite badly for me. Walking back home with my friends, it was my friends, I'm just going to say their names, Sue and Sandra. Okay, me and Sue saw a guy who was quite a distance away from us, and we were kind of having a small argument. I wouldn't even call it an argument really, about this guy's race. So I was saying he was black. She said that he was Indian, and I'm like, oh come on, he's clearly black. But she's saying no, he's Indian. So we get closer, and this guy was indeed black. I think he misunderstood what we were saying. This guy, in his head, had it that we were laughing at him. He thought we were laughing at him because he was black, okay? Bear in mind, we were all black. Both my friends are black. So is the guy. The guy is black, but he thinks we're laughing at him because he's black. Moment in time is when things got really ugly because he started to hurl insults at us. He was saying everything, throwing F-bombs. He's using the C word. He was so angry, guys. Like, he actually crossed over. He crossed the road and he was onto the side that we were walking on now. And then this is when we realized, you know, that, you know, stuff was about to happen, you know, if you know what I mean. I was like, there's no way I'm going into my house with this madness going on. So we start walking towards the end of the road, and the guy is following us. My friend Sue is Zimbabwean, so she told immediately, like, he was actually speaking her language as well. And he was so annoyed, like he was pissed off, guys. He was so angry at us, and it was a complete misunderstanding because we weren't actually laughing at him. And the whole situation kind of escalated because I didn't actually realize the extremity of the situation when it was happening. So I have this problem where I laugh whenever I'm in trouble. Like, I laugh at situations. Like, I just can't stand confrontation. So when it happens, I just can't help but laugh. And I really need to fix that because I'm going to be in deep trouble in the future, you know. Okay, so as he's walking closer to us, we obviously stop. And my friend Cassandra, she's very confrontational. Like, when she gets angry, you just don't want to be in her way. And obviously this guy had annoyed her, so they start getting at it. I'm just standing there like watching the whole thing. And I think because I was laughing a little bit, he got even more annoyed. And he completely, I think he hated my guts out of everyone else. He hated me the most because of what I was doing, which was not even intentional because I couldn't control my laughter. And I wasn't like,
oh, bullshit, ha 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 ha.
but I was, you know, you could tell that I was laughing at the situation. My friend Cassandra was holding her arts folder, and it was quite big. You know, if you're an art student, she was carrying the A1 sized art folders. She literally threw it across the road because he kicked her, and she threw it across the road to kick him back. At this moment in time, I think Sue was doing the sensible thing. I froze, and this is when I realized, like, I have to stop laughing. Anyway, Sandra's here fighting the guy. Sue's calling the police because it got that serious. He spat at me, but I dodged it, but he actually spat at me. You know, I dodged it. Legit happened, guys, on my prom day. On my prom day. On my prom, like hours before the event actually began, this was happening in my life. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, we call the police, we tell them what's going on. They said that they're going to increase the surveillance, whatever. We didn't go back to my house. We went to town. We kind of wasted a few moments there, wasted a few minutes there, and then we came back. We didn't really see any police. We didn't see any police. We didn't make any statements, but I still feel like that situation could have been a lot worse. I'm really glad it didn't transpire to, you know, more than how it did, and I still can't believe that happened. It happened 2 years ago, so obviously you know that I have an update on the story. I was walking back home again from the library. This was this year. I didn't know who was behind me, so I'm just walking, and I passed by this shop. I think it was like a chicken shop. I wanted to get some chicken, and I turned around, and lo and behold, guess who was behind me? Yes, it was the freshie from the prom day. I turned around. Obviously I couldn't just turn back round, so I walked back to the chicken shop, and as I'm walking just about to get in, he spat at the floor again. He spat at the floor again, like, because I told you guys, this guy hated me. He hated my guts. He hated me. 2 minutes after I've gotten into the shop, he comes back in, guys, and he starts to yell at me again. And let me just tell you, like, a few months before this, I saw him again, and I legit remember him apologizing for how he behaved. I remember him apologizing. Because, okay, the area that I lived in, you're probably wondering why I was seeing this guy all the time. But the area I lived in before this, South End is kind of a small area. So everyone kind of knows everyone. Well, not so much, but you kind of know, you see people, the same people. You see a lot of the same people all the time. So a few months before this whole chicken shop thing happened, he did apologize to me, and I remember that. He apologized. I saw him across the street or something, and I was with Sandra, and he had already apologized to her, so he apologized to me as well. And I thought that was done with, but then obviously it wasn't, because I came back, I'm in the shop now, and he was hurling insults at me, saying things along the lines of, you hate me because I'm black, you think you're not African, you think you're not African. And I'm like, anyone who knows me knows I am such a patriotic person. Like, I'm always wearing this wristband. I'm always talking about where I'm from, because I love being African and Kenyan specifically. And this was obviously false. I knew I couldn't argue with him because I just didn't instigate it. I'm not a confrontational person. So after being insulted, I just took my chicken away with me, and I enjoyed it. It was still good chicken. Yeah, the chicken was good. More of the story, guys, just don't laugh at people, especially freshies who are obviously angry and pissed off at you. How I handled the situation on that prom day wasn't the best way I could have handled it, but I literally can't control my giggles whenever I'm in a compromising situation. I never have to see his face again because I don't live there anymore. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys share some more of your freshie tags. I don't know why I turned this tag all of a sudden into, like, I've made this tag really depressing. I feel like sharing that story has made it really depressing. This is actually a fun tag. You know, freshie encounters are funny experiences. Looking back, I still laugh at this situation. But so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.